How's it going, folks? This is Mike, also known as Gray 1951, and this is another video about the Criterion Collection sale, which is now over. Making this video on July 2nd, 2016, so the July sale ended yesterday, I believe, and I I went back. Well, I went to the sale three different times, and I made videos about the first two times, and I wanted to show you what I got on round three. So this time I showed a little more restraint. I only bought two things, two very good films. One is this 1950 film noir classic called In a Lonely Place, directed by Nicholas Ray, starring Humphrey Bogart and Gloria Graham. Absolutely one of the best performances by Humphrey Bogart ever. I love this movie, and Gloria Graham is a very good match for him. I have a copy of this already that has a few extra features, but I wanted to get it in the best condition possible. I did not get the Blu-ray because I don't think in terms of Blu-ray necessarily. I'm very happy with DVDs, and this is beautiful. So I'm very, very glad that I got this commentary, uh, essays. It has a little booklet, all sorts of nice things. It's great film noir experience, and absolute one of the reasons why I really wanted to get this is because it has a nice little video essay about Gloria Graham, who was a very, very good actress back in the late 40s and up into the all through the 1950s when her career kind of started to decline a little bit. She's a very fascinating human being. She's one of these actresses who is a type all by herself. There is no one else like Gloria Graham, and she had a very stormy life, especially a romantic life. She was married to Nicholas Ray, who was also a very complicated individual. But yeah, so I wanted to learn a little bit more about her, and it was worthwhile. But lots of good things about this film. Just the look of it, it's beautiful. So that's one thing I got, and the second thing that I got is this series of documentaries, the Canady Films of Robert Drew and Associates. Um, there are four films were made. Three during the time, well, three of them during the time when Kennedy was a public figure. I'm babbling here. This is not making any sense. Four films. The first one is called Primary, and it's a film. It's a documentary about when John Kennedy was running for the Democratic primary in 1960, and his main opposition was Hubert Humphrey. So it shows the two of them campaigning. And I haven't watched all of this yet. I know that I've seen these films or parts of these films at some point over the long years of my life. I think I've seen a lot of these things on television, and some things I remember, some things I don't. But I need to sit down and watch the entire primary film. I put it on too late at night, and I just started to doze off, and I thought I need to be alert when I watch this. So the second thing, there are two discs, and the first disc has Primary and another documentary which I have not gotten into called Adventures on the New Frontier, okay, which was done after Kennedy was in office. Now disc 2, which I did watch, has two films. One is called Crisis and the other is called Faces of November. And the film Crisis is about the happenings in 1963 when the University of Alabama had been ordered by the government to integrate. They were supposed to enroll two black students, a young man and a young woman. And Governor George Wallace was refusing to go along with it, and he vowed to stand at the door and refuse to let them in. Well, of course, I mean, it didn't work out quite the way Wallace had wanted it. And of course, the government intervened. They sent troops, and the two students were enrolled in schools. It's a very interesting documentary and shows a lot of. It goes right into the Oval Office and the office of Robert Kennedy, who of course was JFK's brother, and he was the Attorney General at the time. And it was one of the very first kind of like reality television, specials. It was really fascinating. The second film on disc 2 is called Faces of November, and this was released after JFK had died and his funeral had taken place. And it was a very short film, which was basically without any dialogue, but it just showed faces of different people, not only people in the Kennedy family and in the funeral procession, but also the people watching, the people around, the soldiers, just citizens going by the man's coffin, and it's just it's heartbreaking because of course I do remember all of that, and never fails to get to me when I see images from John F. Kennedy's assassination and his funeral, and one of the images in the film, the camera is kind of moving over different faces of the Kennedy family, and it stops on the face of Jacqueline Kennedy. It's just looking positively angelic. It's a very moving thing. So anyway, I'm very happy to have this. I was listening to one of my YouTube friends about a week ago, Dean of DVD, who was one of the best YouTubers and the best movie collectors and commentators on YouTube. And if you don't know about Dean of DVD, he has a lot of subscribers, but if you don't know this guy, you should. And I will put a link to his channel below. But he was talking about getting this film, and I was listening to what he was saying about it, and I thought, I really have to get this, because I had gone to the sale before, and I kept looking at it and thinking, do I? Yeah. But I finally, just couldn't resist. So anyway, so those are the last two things I bought at the July half-price sale 2016, and I'm looking forward to the one that I guess is going to come up. It's November, right? Don't they have another one? I think they do. So spend more money. Now, the second thing about this, I have a trade offer that this is another Criterion, and I know you all have Criterions on the brain right now, so this may be something you would be interested in. But I bought this film, Dazed and Confused. This is a DVD, not a Blu-ray. Last year, I bought it new at the summer sale, and I just don't like it. I don't want to keep it. I've watched the whole thing all the way through once. I've watched all the extra features. It's a beautiful package. I mean, really nice artwork. And it's a film by Richard Linklater, of course, whom I like in some of his other things, but this just did not appeal to me, and I know that I'm never going to watch it again. So what I'm offering is, if anybody is interested in trading maybe another Criterion that perhaps you don't like, or you're not that crazy about, and you think, I'll never watch this again, why keep it? I'd be interested in trading. I'd like to hear what you have to offer. This is, what is this, a poster? I think it's a poster. So, yeah, it's a poster of Dazed and Confused. Okay. Anyway, all the stuff is in very good condition. The packaging doesn't seem to have any dents or scratches. It's pretty good. And nice, really large booklet. Lots of photographs, lots of information, and really terrific artwork, all kinds of cool stuff. So if this is a film you've always wanted to see, or if it's something that you, I don't know, just curious about, if you would like to trade me it, tell me down below if you have any Criterions that are in good condition. I don't care if they're Blu-rays. I'm very happy with DVDs that you don't necessarily want to keep and you might want to trade for this. Or it doesn't have to be a Criterion. There are also some good things from Kino Lorber, which I might definitely consider trading this for. So just as long as I reserve the right to call the whole thing off if the offers I'm getting are not necessarily what I would be interested in, but it's all for mutual interest, communication back and forth between collectors. So please just let me know if you would like to get Dazed and Confused. Now is your chance. So all right, let me know. Thanks for watching.